Namaskar. Welcome to the 10th offering of our Wari. Sant Narahari was born in 13th century. He has given extensive writings and extensive contribution towards Marathi language. And he has beautified Marathi language in his written scripts. By some of the scholars or maybe researchers, Dnyaneshwari becomes the first documented writing material or maybe a written book in Marathi. Some people say Leela Charitra was another book which was written before Dnyaneshwari. However, the beautification or maybe the quality of this language Marathi was imprinted in Dnyaneshwari by Dyaneshwar. In one of his verse, he says, "Amruta tehi paisa jinke." It means if you will keep a bet between nectar and Marathi, he says undoubtedly Marathi will win. He says it's a sweet language, it's a pure language, and it is so sweet that it is nectarful, that it is going to win against the nectar. Marathi is an Abhijat language. It has been spoken. Its origination comes from Sanskrit and then Prakrut, Maharashtriya Prakrut, and then into Marathi. The first evidence where we see script of Marathi is not in Maharashtra, but it is in Karnataka. It is at the base of the idol of Gomateshwara or Bahubali in Shravanbelgola. In Sant Narahari's language, this is globalization. And Marathi or maybe Abhanga or maybe any literature is not restricted to any caste, creed, region or maybe a place. It is of everyone. In these days of globalization, about 700 years back, Dnyaneshwar Maharaj has defined globalization. So he says, "He vishwachi माझे घर, ऐसी मती जयाची स्थिर, किंबहुना चराचर, आपण जाहला." If you consider that whole world is my house, my home, and if I believe in my mind, in my brain, in my intelligence that this is the truth, and I see myself in everyone, then he said chara achara. That means something which is moving and something which is not moving. It is my part. It is my belonging. Apana zahala. And that is what is globalization. He said so. His globalization terminology and his happiness towards the globalization doesn't stop here. He says, if I want to be happy, what should I do? Avagachi sansara sukhacha karina, anande bharina tinhu loka. I am going to fulfill this entire universe with the happiness. And I am not going to restrict my happiness or maybe making someone happy only to me or my family or my friends or my society. But he says avaghachi samsara, that means the entire world. And that is what is definition of globalization can suit nowadays also. In this entire conversation with himself, with his guru Nivruttinath, with lot of common people like us, he has given many Abhanga, he has given many poems to understand and understand life with simple terminology. In one of his Abhanga, he says, "Amruticha vitu gheuni kaya karila ghatu." If there is an earthen pot, and if the earthen pot is getting irritated or it is getting fed up with the mud, then how that earthen pot is going to be constructed? He further says, "Keu ke tantu patu sandilato." if there is an enmity of the cloth with the cotton, how that cloth is going to come into existence. In the same way, he says, existence of a human being and life. If I want to be an enemy of the life, how is that possible? Life and myself cannot be different. And that is what he says. If you want to live for yourself, you have to live for others, and we have to have that kind of global view for living or maybe taking the life ahead. We are going to see his purview and his thinking about the globalization furthermore in one of the for future Wari into Pasaidan. Today we are going to understand one poetry which is a Ninda Stuti. It is a comedy, or maybe it is a Hasya Rasa. However, this is a Ninda Stuti. So just like some kid goes to mother and says, you have something good with you, and then you have not given good things to me. Something similar to this thing Dyaneshwar Maharaj gives in this particular Abhanga. We will listen this Abhanga. Mrs. Pratibha Kokane has recited this Abhanga for us. We will then see what this Abhanga means for us.
कान्होबा तुझी घोंगडी चांगली, कान्होबा तुझी घोंगडी चांगली, आम्हासी का दिली वांगली रे, आम्हासी का दिली वांगली रे. स्वागत सच्चिदानंदे मिळवली, स्वागत सच्चिदानंदे मिळवली. शुद्ध सत्वगुण विणली रे, शुद्ध सत्वगुण विणली रे. षडगुण गोंडे रत्न जडित तुझ, षडगुण गोंडे रत्न जडित तुझ. श्याम सुंदरा शोभती रे, श्याम सुंदरा शोभती रे. षडविकार षडवैरी मिळवणी, षडविकार षडवैरी मिळवणी. तापत्रये जी विणली रे, तापत्रये जी विणली रे. नवाठाई फाटून गेली, नवाठाई फाटून गेली. त्वा आम्हासी दिधली रे, त्वा आम्हासी दिधली रे. ऋषीमुनी ध्याता मुखी नाम गाता, ऋषीमुनी ध्याता मुखी नाम गाता. सदेह वृत्ती विरली रे, संदेह वृत्ती विरली रे. बाप रखुमा देवी वरे विठ्ठले, बाप रखुमा देवी वरे विठ्ठले. तत्वपदी वृत्ती मुरली रे, तत्वपदी वृत्ती मुरली रे.
Thank you, Pratibha Tai. In this Abhanga, Dnyaneshwar Maharaj says, Kanhoba. To Krishna or the God or the universal truth, he says Kanhoba. It is a name which is given with fond love and which is given with that kind of innocence. That is what we can see. Kanhoba, तुझी घोंगडी चांगली, your blanket is beautiful. आम्हासी का दिली वांगली, why did you give a torn one to me? So he says, and he is comparing the blanket which is one. Blanket, usually in the olden time, people used to wear blanket on their shoulder. It was part of their attire. So he is comparing that attire. So he says, Kanhoba तुझी घोंगडी चांगली, आम्हासी का दिली वांगली. He is comparing both the blankets. स्वगत सच्चिदानंदे मिळवणी शुद्ध सत्वगुणे विणली रे. That means there are two weaving which is happening when you have woven your ghongdi or your blanket. Satchidananda, that means the blissfulness, and Shuddha Sattvaguna, the purity. You have taken blissfulness and purity together and you have woven this particular blanket. He further says, Shadguna Gonde Ratna Jadita Shama Sundara Shobhali Re. He says that you have beautified it with the Shadagunas, the 6 gunas. According to Vaishnavas, there are 6 gunas: Jnana, Bal, Aishwarya, Shakti, Virya, and Tejas. That means knowledge, strength, prosperity, power, creativity or production, productivity, and then comes the radiance. These are the 6 qualities which have been attributed to Vishnu according to Vishnu Puran or Vaishnavas. In some of the script, they are also given as Shama, Dama, Uparati, Titiksha, Shraddha and Samadhan, which means the way how you hold the belief in your mind and in your body. Second is control. Third is getting over the situation and looking ahead of the situation. Steadfastness, belief and contentment. Somewhere this is parallel to many of the modern management philosophy. We can have separate discussion about that. In some of the scriptures, Aishwarya, Dharma, Yasha, Shri, Jnana and Vairagya. The prosperity, the dutifulness, the winning or the prosperity or maybe the money, knowledge and renunciation are the 6 gunas of Vaishnavas or Vishnu. So Dyaneshwar Maharaj says, you have beautified your blanket with these 6 gunas. Whereas you have given me Shadavikar Shad Vairi Miloni Tapatrayeji Vinarire. You have given at most bad thoughts and bad emotions to me. Kama, Krodha, Lobha, Moha, Mada, Matsar. These are the Shadavikar which we have given, which are not considered to be good for human being and the progress of human. But you have given me such kind of a blanket. He further says, Navathai Phatuni Geli Twam Hasiddhalire. Now he is equating blanket with the body. He says this blanket is torn at 9 places. If we compare our body, 2 eyes, 2 nostrils, mouth, 2 ear holes, the genital and the anus, these are the 9 parts by which you intake something or maybe you give out from these 9 holes of the body. So he says, you have given me a blanket which is torn at 9 places. That means he is equating our body. And he is talking about his body. That means it is so beautiful. It is radiant. It radiates and it is universal. It is everywhere. That is what Dnyaneshwar Maharaj says for God's Ghongdi, and he is comparing a torn Ghongdi for himself. He says further, Rushi Muni Dhata Mukhi Namagata Sandeha Vritti Viralire. As we have seen in the previous Abhanga, Mrittikecha Vitu Ghevuni Kaya Karela Ghatu. If there is an enmity between an earthen pot and the earth or the mud, the earthen pot is not going to be into existence. The work of the earthen pot won't be there. In the same way, even though I have got the torn body, I have got this life, I have to see, I have to contemplate on certain things, and this contemplation is going to take out doubts from my mind. So he says, Namagata Sandeha Vritti Virlire. So many people have contemplated on this thing, and this contemplation, self-realization, self-identification is going to remove the doubts from the mind. He further says, Bapa Rakhma Devi Varu Vitthala Twatpadi Vritti Muralire. And such kind of a belief and such kind of steadfastness is going to take me to you, and it is going to hold me towards this strong belief. Such a beautiful small Abhanga that Dnyaneshwar Maharaj has given. When we see today, there is negativity everywhere. There are doubts everywhere. And there are suicidal thoughts and there is depression everywhere. This is one Abhanga which makes us realize that we need to come out of this disbelief of self, and we have to accept life, and we should not have that enmity towards life and the existence of self. We have to grow in our life. May it be painful, may it be not so easy, may it be torn, but then what is ultimately going to come is the beauty and the steadfastness which is going to lead our life, and this life which is going to be with 6 gunas. Those gunas can be knowledge, strength, prosperity, power, creativity, and radiance. So let us start our Wari maybe from Shadvikar, Shadavairi to Shadgunas. Maybe we be mud and then we become an idol of Vithala. Maybe we don't have anything, but then we can become a universe. It doesn't matter the size of the universe. It doesn't matter what is the universe. For an example, I have seen Iyengar Guruji giving this example. This is a pot, or this is something, a container. What is there inside in this container? Nothing. And this nothing is the universe. Even if it doesn't hold anything, it holds everything. Which is outside there is inside here. And that is what we can understand from this Abhanga. We will take this Wari from Shadavairi, Shadavgun, Shadavikar to Shadgun. Ramakrishna Hari.